stains of blood. On the evening of the new year, a soft blanket of fog covered the town, creating a serene backdrop for the festivities about to unfold. The air buzzed with anticipation as people prepared for a night filled with laughter, joy, and the promise of new beginnings. I had two friends, Bill and Sophia, who lived in the same flat as me. The three of us decided to celebrate New Year's Eve together. As soon as it struck 11, we headed to a popular club in the city. The party was lively with music, drinks, and dancing. We were thoroughly enjoying ourselves. Everyone was enjoying themselves in the club when suddenly, darkness engulfed everything. Everyone was startled. The darkness was so intense that nothing was visible to anyone. I started calling out to my friends, but the noise was so loud that nothing could be heard. People were bumping into each other due to the darkness. Suddenly, screams joined the chaos. I was confused and worried, sometimes falling on one side, sometimes on the other. I couldn't understand what was happening. Suddenly, someone turned on a mobile flashlight. The moment the light came on, we saw bloodstains on the guy's face. The mobile slipped from his hand, and he started screaming like crazy. The same thing happened to everyone who turned on their flashlights. Everything was happening so suddenly that people were not functioning properly. Those who had blood splattered on their faces would fall and couldn't get up again. One by one, people were getting incapacitated. After a while, only a few were left in the club. I started making noise to guide my friends in the darkness. Thankfully, they were safe. We were discussing what could be happening when my friend took out a mobile. As soon as I saw it, I made him throw it away because I didn't want him to get involved in whatever was affecting those who witnessed some unseen power and fell. We slowly and cautiously started moving towards the exit door of the club. Suddenly, my foot collided with something hard, and I was about to fall when Sophia grabbed my hand and saved me from falling. Holding each other's hands tightly, we continued moving forward. After stumbling here and there for a while, we finally found the way out. As we emerged from the darkness of the club, the light outside welcomed us. For a moment, our eyes struggled to adjust to the sudden brightness. Once our eyes became capable of seeing, we started running without thinking. Bill and I ran quite far. When we stopped to catch our breath, we realized Sophia wasn't with us. Our hearts sank. We had lost her. It felt like we had narrowly escaped danger, but at the cost of losing someone dear to us. We wanted to find Sophia, but fear stopped us in our tracks. Our mobile phones were left at the club. At 3 a.m., complete silence was our only companion. Finally, a driver stopped his car when he saw us in that state. After some questioning, he gave us a lift and dropped us off at his house. We didn't feel safe, even in our own flat. Where did Sophia go? This question was troubling us. The next morning, we went out to look for her. When we reached the haunted club, my heart skipped a beat. We reported Sophia's disappearance to the police, but neither she nor the other missing people's bodies were found. This incident still haunts me to this day, and it became a haunted night for me and my friends on New Year's Eve. We will never forget it. Mysterious deaths. As the clock struck midnight of New Year's night, different colors of lights painted the sky. It lit up with vibrant colors as fireworks started, casting a radiant glow. People of all ages, including teenagers, stepped out of their homes to enjoy the dazzling display. Three friends, Tom, Sarah, and Jake, decided to welcome the new year on top of a tall mountain. They brought fireworks and wood for a bonfire, ready to make memories that would last forever. The warmth of the bonfire kept them cozy in the chilly night. Excitement filled the air as they cheered and wished each other a happy new year. Amidst the celebration, nature called, and Jake decided to wander a bit away to find a quiet spot. Tom and Sarah continued to enjoy the festivities, unaware that something ominous lurked in the shadows. After a while, they noticed Jake hadn't returned. Worried, Tom and Sarah waited, expecting him to emerge from the darkness any moment. Time passed, but there was no sign of their friend. Anxiety crept in, and they decided to search for him. In the silent night, their footsteps echoed through the mountain. "Jake, where are you?" They called out, but there was only the howling wind in response. The beam of their flashlights cut through the darkness as they scoured the area. Finally, they stumbled upon a gruesome sight: Jake's lifeless body hanging from a tree. Shock and horror gripped them as they tried to make sense of the chilling scene. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes, and Tom's hands trembled. The joyous celebration turned into a nightmare. Terrified and grief-stricken, they clung to each other, grappling with the harsh reality of their friend's sudden demise. Questions lingered in the air, but there were no answers. As they stood there, grappling with the shock, an eerie silence fell over the mountain. Fear clung to them like a shadow, but they knew they had to find a way down and seek help. With heavy hearts, they started their descent, haunted by the image etched in their minds. However, the mountain held more tragedy for them. As they neared a babbling stream, Sarah suddenly vanished from Tom's sight. Panic set in, and he frantically called out for her, but there was no reply. In desperation, Tom searched the surroundings, fearing the worst. The air seemed thick with sorrow as he stumbled upon another heartbreaking sight: Sarah's lifeless body by the stream. The stream's gentle flow provided a stark contrast to the harsh reality of the situation. Overwhelmed with grief and terror, Tom felt a chill run down his spine. He was now alone on the desolate mountain, surrounded by darkness and the echoes of tragedy. The weight of the night pressed upon him as he fought to comprehend the inexplicable events. With a heavy heart, Tom descended the mountain alone, haunted by the memories of that fateful New Year's Eve. The joyous celebration had turned into a nightmarish tale, leaving him scarred for life. The once vibrant and lively mountain now stood as a silent witness to the inexplicable and horrifying events that unfolded that night. Horrible death. Sam and Lorraine were inseparable friends, always seeking excitement and adventure. As the year drew to a close, they decided to celebrate New Year's Eve in style. They chose the hottest club in town, known for its pulsating music and lively atmosphere. The anticipation was noticeably bounced as they dressed up in their finest, ready to welcome the new year with open arms. The club was throbbing with energy, lights flashing in sync with the beats that bounced through the air. Sam and Lorraine danced and laughed, lost in the bliss of the moment. The clock struck midnight, and the crowd erupted in cheers and confetti. They clinked glasses, toasting a year filled with joy and possibilities. As the night wore on, Sam and Lorraine decided to call it a night. The cold winter air hit them as they stepped out of the club, but the warmth of their shared laughter kept them cozy. They decided to walk home, enjoying the quiet streets in the early hours of the new year. The path took them past a serene lake, its waters reflecting the moonlight like a shimmering mirror. Sam and Lorraine paused, captivated by the beauty of the scene. They decided to sit by the water's edge, continuing their celebration in the tranquil setting. Hours slipped away as they chatted about dreams and resolutions, the lake serving as the backdrop to their intimate conversation. As the first light of dawn painted the sky, Sam realized the cold had gotten to them, and they should head home. But when he turned to share his thoughts with Lorraine, she was nowhere to be found. Sam's heart quickened, and a chill ran down his spine. He called out her name, the echoes bouncing off the still water. Panic set in as he searched, his voice growing more desperate with each call. The serenity of the night was replaced by an eerie silence that seemed to mock his fear. Unable to find Lorraine, Sam dialed the police, his voice trembling as he explained the situation. They arrived promptly and began a thorough search of the area. The lake, once a source of tranquility, now held a dark secret. The search intensified as dawn gave way to daylight. It was near the lake's edge that the police made a grim discovery. Lorraine's lifeless body lay sprawled on the cold ground, her eyes frozen in a haunting stare. Same's world shattered as he fell to his knees, unable to comprehend the nightmare unfolding before him. The police launched an investigation, but the circumstances surrounding Lorraine's death remained a mystery. The once celebratory atmosphere of New Year's Eve now hung heavy with sorrow. As news spread through the town, whispers of a chilling presence near the lake surfaced. Same, consumed by grief, couldn't escape the feeling that something malevolent lurked in the shadows. The lake, once a symbol of beauty, now held a sinister allure. As the days passed, Same became tormented by nightmares and the unshakable belief that Lorraine's spirit lingered, trapped between the realms of the living and the dead. The town, gripped by fear, avoided the once charming lake. It became a desolate place, haunted by the memory of that fateful night. Same, unable to escape the nightmares that plagued him, became a shell of his former self. The New Year's celebration that began with joy and laughter ended in tragedy, leaving Same to grapple with the unexplainable horror that unfolded by the lake. The once vibrant town became a somber place, forever marked by the mystery of Lorraine's death and the chilling presence that seemed to linger near the water's edge.